Welcome back everyone to Old Man Wisdom. In front of you here is the Euro USD. This is the 1 hour chart. And if I could just take you back to a couple of weeks ago, around about the 24th of January, what we was doing is looking for price to come up to around about this level here, which is the 1.0900 level. And we was looking to sell the market. I also had a trend line and just mentioned that to look out for a break. So once it hit this level, you might want to either wait for a trend line break or you wait for price to stall around this level. So here's the trend line break first of all. If we just extend it up there, you can see that there was a fake break here and a little fake break here before eventually it kind of pinched and broke down. But I'm not so worried about the trendline break. It's not something that I really focus on. I just mentioned it because if you wanted to be kind of ultra careful, then you would wait for price to pause around this level and then not only do that, but also wait for the break. For me personally, I was just waiting for price to pause around this level. And if you see over the last couple of weeks, there have been several opportunities. So we're just going to dive into these opportunities and analyze the market just a little bit closer. So originally, when price was way back here, when price was around this level here, I was already saying that we was looking at this level as a way of confirmation before we sold the market. In fact, way down here, we was buying off this level and we was waiting for price to reach up here, which of course, eventually it did. So if we zoom in a bit, first of all, you'll see that when price got to this level here, it stalled. This is what we analyzed the other week. And although price went slightly above it, we soon had a drop of on or around over 40 pips. And price was stalling here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. So you had 5 hours of opportunity to enter the market before reaching a potential of 40 pips. Now price I don't think stalled here long enough. It kind of did stall here for about 3 hours. This is something that you could have sold here and for a potential again of 40 pips. But it's this area here that I find quite interesting because although price went through our level, there's an obvious stalling of price right above our level. Now, I always say on or around this level, when you see something like this, it's worth a gamble, and I'll tell you why. Although I don't like to use the word gamble. But first of all, it had a stall of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 hours, 13 to 14 hours. And if you'd have sold anywhere in this area, all you had to do was look over here and you'd have had a nice tight stop loss of no more than 20 pips. So 20 pips just up here, look, around this level here, 20 pips. The potential profit, well, it went for 60 pips easily before returning to our level, and you can see how powerful this level really is. Before returning to this level, it didn't stall again, so there wasn't really an opportunity to sell here, unless of course you was waiting for the trendline break and then for price to return to this level before selling. But as I said before, the trendline break is fine. There's a couple of fake ones here, but for me, I just look for kind of candlestick action, price action, although you could call a trendline break a form of price action. But price didn't really stall here. It stalled here just underneath our level for a few hours. But again, it's not really something, it's not as clear-cut as this, and it's not as clear-cut as kind of this area here either. It obviously returned again, but again, for me, no, price hasn't really stalled there long enough. It's not as clear-cut, again, to sell the market, although if you did, you could have potentially made nearly 100 pips. And price is now currently on Wednesday, the 1st of February 2023. Price has yet again returned to this level here. Now, if I just zoom out again, you can see that our previous level is way down here, and this level is right up here. All the while that price is kind of remaining below these highs, I would still like to see an opportunity to sell. Now for me, price isn't stalling yet around this level, but of course if we see this kind of price action as we saw over here last week, there might be an opportunity to sell. Ideally, I'd like to see price under our level, but there is a price here that the market seems to be respecting. But of course, it would be typical if price just bursts right the way through and carries on up. Now, if that is the case, if we don't see price stalling, and by price stalling, I mean, wicks, candles, not able to break a certain level. If price does continue upwards on its merry way, where are we talking about going? Well, let's just jump up a level. We have a level right the way up here. Now this is really a long way away. It's the 1.1800 level. Again, it's been plotted on my chart for many weeks and months. In fact, there's a couple of different levels up here, but we're not going to really discuss them yet. We're still focusing on selling the market at this level right now. Now this is the daily chart. You can see that I've been plotting the EURUSD for months and months and months on here, but we're currently still looking to sell the market. But like I say, we need to see price stalling. And for me, just a couple of candles is not really sufficient. I want to see more than that. So if we was to get price bouncing around this level here for several hours, yes, we could look to sell, just like it did here, look. Price literally remained in a tight squeeze for hours and hours the other week. And you'll notice that suddenly we had the opportunity to sell. So we want to see a similar thing over here happening. Now, whether it will or not, like I say, we don't know, but I want to see more than just a few candles. I'd like to see 3, 4, 5 candles stalling within a very tight price range. So we can just set a stop loss quite easily and logically above the high. So we're not going to risk much of our account in order to make just one trade. That would be ridiculous. So we're just looking to see if price is going to keep a tight range here before selling the market. So I just thought I'd give you a little update and a little insight into how I trade on the EURUSD. Like I say, always use a stop loss. Always protect your trading account. It's not worth losing large amounts on just one trade. And of course, my little motto is that we always need a reason to enter the market. So we don't just want to be in a trade for the sake of it. We want to have a reason as to why we've entered the market. So keep these things in mind. Watch closely on the EURUSD, see what it does. In the meantime, if you found this video informative and useful, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, well, now is your opportunity. So in the meantime, enjoy the rest of the week. I'll speak to you very soon and take care. Bye for now.